All right, Mr. Bangurah, I'll stop sharing and you can get them started with the class kit.
Awesome sauce. So, y'all did an awesome job of telling us, talking about what is soluble versus insoluble. Now you're gonna get a chance to show what you know and practice on class kit. And so, first, I wanted to be honest. I'm still learning how to use class kit effectively, but I really want to make sure that you're able to have different type of at bats, with how you're gonna see this question. All right. So first things first, everybody's gonna go on their Google Classroom. If I can find it, trying to think of how this could be easier. Everybody's gonna go on their Google Classroom, and once you go on your Google Classroom, you're gonna see a link that says Independent Class Kick Assignment. I'm also gonna send this directly to your PAR so that y'all know exactly where to go. All right. And once you're there, it should look a little something like this. All right. I'm also going to drop it in the chat. Oh, shout out to Ms. Vazquez for already being on it. Thank you. So just so you don't, please make sure you only click one, that you have one open. If you have more than one open, your name is gonna come up twice, and you're not gonna, or it might not work properly on your computer. All right, if you're, it's gonna look like you're in it more than one time. Okay, so everybody's name should populate. And real quick, I'm gonna show you exactly what you're going to see, what it's gonna look like. So on slide number 1, it's gonna have all your substances, and it's gonna have the different levels of concentration, all right, or the saturation point for each substance. You're then gonna use that information to help you out with slide number 2. I'm gonna say it again. I'm gonna slow down when I speak so that you can hear everything I'm saying. On slide number 1, is going to give you the information you need to help you answer the question on slide number 2. So where it says which solute is the most soluble, you're going to pick between A, B, or C. Do not pick D or E because you're going to get it incorrect. It's also going to ask you which solute is the least soluble, and you have A, B, or C. Please do not pick D or E because then you're going to get it incorrect. All right. So you're going to use this information to help you out with slide number 2. Real quick, I'm going to stop here till majority of us have completed slide number 2, and then I'm going to move on to the next direction. So shout out to, you're also going to get a bird sticker because a little birdie told me that you should keep going. All right. So shout out to everybody who's already on it. Drew, she's on slide number 2. Dalvin's on number 1. Nevaeh's on number 1. Destin's on slide number 2. Yes, I can tell who's about to use the information on slide number 1 to help them with slide number 2. I can already tell. I can already see it. All right. All you have to do is click either A, B, or C. You do not have to use the pencil to draw. You do not have to use the pencil to do anything, but just use the mouse to click. Great. Drew, go back to slide number 1, and I want you to think about what you learned about what is the most soluble, right, versus the least soluble. And I'm also going to have it here so that way you can be able to reference it. All right, remember, the more solute that goes into a solution, the more soluble it is. Okay, so the more solutes that goes into a solution, the more soluble it is. So Nevaeh, go back to slide number 1. to use that information to help you with slide number 2. Destin, you got the first one correct. Go ahead and double check the second one. Great. I'm going to give us about 10 minutes to be working. I'm also going to be dropping feedback to let you know if you have to go back to slide number 1 or if you can keep moving on to slide number 3 and 4. Okay? So Alexis just dropped a sticker to let you know you need to go back to slide number 1 to use that information to help you. Seems like a lot of us are getting tricked. So let's go ahead and do this together. All right. Real quick, let's go ahead and look at let's go ahead and look at slide number 1. Everybody look at my screen really quickly. Which solute is the most soluble? Which solute is the most soluble? Go ahead and raise your hand in the chat so we can come directly to you so you can give us the answer quickly. Which solute is the most soluble? Drew, I think there's one that's more soluble than that. Which one is the most soluble? Is it going to be the biggest number or the smallest number? Is it going to be the biggest number or the smallest number if it's the most soluble? Interesting. So you told me earlier, the more solute that goes into a solution, the more soluble it is. Real quick, let's look at drink mix and sodium chloride. Which number is bigger? You could put SC or DM. Yes. So Drew, which one is the most soluble?
Sodium chloride.
Yes. Sodium chloride is more soluble because the number is bigger. Now let's look here at our class kit. Which solute is the most soluble? Let's look at drink mix. We got 5.96, 5.64, 0.48, 6.15. Which one is the most soluble? Yes, the last one. So now let's look here. What is our answer choices? Let me see. And Alexis, I'm using you. I'm trying to learn from you, okay? So if I'm looking at which one is the most soluble, we have nickel chloride, sodium chloride, and drink mix. Let's look at nickel. Nickel 5.21. Okay, so that definitely can't be it. Drink mix is 5.96, and sodium chloride is 6.15. Judging from our answers, should our answer be A, B, or C? Should it be A? Thank you. Hey, Drew, since you helped us out, can you tell us what the answer choice should be and why?
It's because it got more solute. It's more soluble than all the other ones.
That's it. Thank you. All right, nice job. So now go ahead and tell me which one is the least soluble. Think about if this is going to be the biggest number or the smallest number. Is it going to be the biggest number or the smallest number? Don't get tricked by Alexa. She going back to go change it. Yeah. Bet, Drew, you got it. Move on. Move on to slide number 3. Has to wait a little bit. But, Nevaeh, please go back. We already talked through question number 1. Okay, I mean slide number 2. Go back and fix that for me. Good. Yeah. All right. Nice job, Alexis. Move on to question number. I see that you're on slide number 4. Zorian is on slide number 4. I'm looking to see how these drawings going to look. All right, we got Alexis with the first drawing. Interesting. Okay. Getting these bonus points. Zanaya, can you come off mute really quick? Hello? Oh, is she not here? Gas.
Okay, so what I said was you can know when the particles, when they're saturated because the particles at the bottom of the glass.
Great. The particles will be at the bottom. What did you draw?
I drew like a cup with like water in it, and then I drew like particles at the bottom of the glass.
Yes, there are particles at the bottom of the glass. Y'all, I know that y'all are not Picasso. I'm not Picasso neither. But some of the drawings I'm seeing, I don't really understand what I'm looking at, okay? So to make your drawing better, this is how you show evidence that a solution is saturated. There has to be particles at the bottom of the cup, okay? So if you are still on slide number 4, you still working, please go back and fix slide number 4 before you move on. All right. You have about 5 minutes. Thank you, Zanaya. Let me go ahead and give you that extra point for helping us out. You have about 5 minutes to keep working. All right. And you have about 1 minute. Hey, shout out to Drew, finishing right on time. Nice job. Okay. If you have not finished your work, please make sure that you finish your work today so that you can have so that you can be able to get all your credits, all 5 points for PBIS points for today. With that being said, the time is now 2:45. Feel free to now log off. The only person, Jason, can I have you stay for a second, just so we can like troubleshoot that. But everybody else, you are free to go. Thank y'all so much for bringing your full self. Bye, Alexis. Hey, Drew, you brought us today. Who said that?
Me.
What you said?
It's time to leave.
It's time to leave, big homie. Look, and